let me introduce our next speaker, Srimati Vishakha Hari from Srirangam. Srimati Vishakha Hari is a chartered accountant by education, but we all know her as Carnatic music vocalist and a proponent of Harikatha. She is also an All India radio artist and has learnt Bharatanatyam too. Srimati Vishakha Hari performs Harikatha on various topics based on Srimad Ramayanam, Srimad Bhagavatam and Skanda Puranam. She also performs from Sri Anna's work such as Sri Vaishnava Samhita, Sri Brindavana Mahatmyam, Divya Desha Vaibhavam, Harikatha Amritalahari, Sri Bhakta Purushastavam, Sati Vijayam, Shatakams and Kirtanas. She is the recipient of Vasanta Shrestha, the Woman Par Excellent Award, from the hands of a music guru, Sri Lalgudi Jayaraman and the Tyagaraja. Pratidwani or echo of Tyagaraja Swami title from her spiritual guru and father-in-law, Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal. Srimati Vishakha Hari is also awarded with Dr. M.S. Subbalakshmi Centenary Award at a ceremony in Mumbai, Sri Shanmukhananda Fine Arts and Sangeeta Sabha. She is one among the 7 India's most respected women artists. Today, indeed, it is an honor having a presence on this occasion. Extending a warm welcome to you, ma'am. We request you to please speak about Sri Rama and the music, the greatest inspiration. We look forward hearing from you, ma'am.
नमोस्तु रामाय स लक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोस्तु रुद्रेन्द्र यमानिलेभ्यो नमोस्तु चन्द्रार्क मरुद्गणेभ्यः Very happy to be part of this Ramayana conference, webinar conference. My topic given to me, or rather chosen by me, is Rama and music, the greatest inspiration. Lord Rama has always been the greatest inspirer as regards music, both the Carnatic as well as the Hindustani music systems. Throughout the pages of history, if we look at the life history of greatest Vagayakaras, composers or Kavis, you can find the maximum number of compositions, shlokas, verses, rhythms in different languages on Sri Rama. And perhaps that is why Tyagaraja Swami says, Aganita guna kanaka chela sala vidalana runa basamana charana pahara mahimadbhutasu kavijana hritsadana adbhutasu kavijana hritsadana. Rama resides in the hearts of Adbhuta Kavis. Where is Rama? At Chitrakuta? In Ayodhya? At Panchavati? Where is he? If we keep questioning, Tyagaraja Swami says, he is here in the hearts of Adbhuta Kavis. And that is why perhaps we have the greatest compositions, magnum opuses on Lord Rama. Valmiki says, Rama himself was a great expert, adept in Sangeeta Shastra. Gandharvecha bhuvi sreshtaha. He was excelling in fine arts. Gandharva Shastra is the fine arts Shastra. So Gandharvecha bhuvi sreshtaha, in the whole of the universe, Rama excelled. He was supreme in fine arts. And he not only could sing very well, it seems he had a very great voice. Matta Hamsa Swara Shriman. He had a resounding voice which was like the Matta Hamsa, Madam Pudicha Hamsa Madri, like that of a swan. His voice was so resounding. That is why we have ragas named after Hamsa, Hamsa Dwani or Hamsa Nadam. We began with the raga Hamsa Nadam, perhaps to signify this. Hamsa Dwani, Hamsa Nadam, Hamsa Rupini. There are so many ragas because it seems the swan's voice would resound and reverberate so much. And Rama had such a beautiful, resonant, vibrant voice, is what Valmiki beautifully describes. And of course, it is a world prasiddha, loka prasiddha fact that Rama's own sons Lava and Kusha were great musicians who performed the Harikatha of Ramayana, Harikatha Ganam of Ramayana. पाट्ये गेये च मधुरं तन्त्रीलय समन्वितं पाट्ये गेये च मधुरं. They narrated, they sang geye cha madhuram mellifluously. They sang so melodiously. And Valmiki goes on to give a description of how the Ganam, Harikatha Ganam, Ramayana Ganam of Lavakusha was. He says, Tau tu Gandharva Tattvajñau Murchana Sthana Kovido Sthana Kovido Sthana Kovido. They knew the Swarasthanas. If it is Kapi, Nipagarini. This is the Murchana Sthana. You should know the Jiva Swara of Kapi and not do the Sanchara in all irrelevant Swaras. And Lavakusha, it seems, they were so adept that they used to catch the Jiva, the Prana, Jiva Prana Eka. They used to catch the Jiva Swara, the Murchana and the Swarasthana of that particular raga because they were the sons of Rama. Why does he say that? Bimba Devothitau Bimbo. Rama was so great in music. He was a great musician. Rama as a musician, this is a different angle. You can see Rama as a dharmatma. You can see Rama as a great valorous archer. To present Rama as a musician and as a connoisseur of arts, especially Sangeeta Shastra, this is perhaps a different angle. And here Lavakusha, Sthana Kovidau, Bratarau, Swara Sampanno, they had beautiful voices, very honeyed like voices, and they sang beautifully. They were also very beautiful to look at. Valmiki Ramayana goes on and on with the description of the music of Rama's sons. So, to perhaps reiterate this fact, Rama and in the Ramayana, there are many references to the Sangeeta Shastra. And perhaps because of this, all the Vagayakaras, all the great Haridasas, Purandaradasar, he says, Ramanamava nude nude, Kama Krodagala bidi bidi. Catch hold of Ramanama, automatically lust and anger will go away from you. Jaya Janaki Kanta, Jaya Sadhu Jana Vinuta, Samagana Vilola. Purandaradasar's song again on Rama. He reveled in music. Rama revels in music, which is actually an adaptation from the Samavedas. So, Samagana Vilola Sadhu Jana Paripala. And of course, Purandaradasar says, if at all you have to chant a mantra, don't go after this mantra and that mantra and that mantra and this mantra. Rama mantra vajapiswa. Hey Manuja. Rama mantra is the best mantra. Mantra e mantra. Mechini keda beda. Don't lose yourself. Don't spoil your mind and corrupt your mind with that mantra and this mantra. You have a beautiful payasam. Rama Nama Payasage. Krishna Nama Chakare. There is this beautiful payasam of Ramanama. How do you make it? Which is the container? Hridaya Vembo. Our heart is the vessel where you make this payasa. And which is the water which is boiling? That vairagya, that detachment is the water that boils with that bhakti bhava. It is that water which boils, and in it you add the vermicelli of Vithalanama. You add the vermicelli of Ekachitta, the ghee of Vithalanama, the sugar of jaggery of Krishnanama, and then the Ramanama Payasa is ready. So Vitalanama is the ghee, Ramanama is the payasa, Krishnanama is the chakara, Hridaya is the vessel, and the bhakti is the boiling water. That Ekachitta is the vermicelli. Semya payasam mananona. So, in different compositions, there are so many compositions in Kannada by Purandara Dasar, Vijay Vitala Dasar, Gopala Dasar, Jagannath Dasar, Mohana Dasar, Kanaka Dasa, Vyasaraya, all of them, the Haridasas. This webinar conference, I was told that it is conducted in along with the collaboration of the Haridasa National Movement. So there are so many dasas who have sung beautifully on Lord Rama. And of course, in Marathis, we have so many abhangs. Jachivamshi Kuladhana Rama Seva. Samartha Ramdas sang so many abhangs on Rama. He was such a treasure. And our Tulasidas, no question, unquestionably, all the North Indians do the Parayan. They keep singing Ramacharita from day to day, the whole day they do the Parayan. Swati Tirunal is one of the composers who has sung on Rama, both in Sanskrit and Malayalam, in many other languages. Bhavayami Ragura Bhavya Suguna. This composition is a very famous composition where Swati Tirunal actually composed it in Saveri, and later musicians tuned it in different ragas and made it into a raga malika. Dikshita's Vibhakti Kriti is on Rama. Ramaha Ramau Ramaha Ramam Ramau Ramane Ramena Ramabhyam Ramehi. So you have the Vibhakti Kritis on Rama with the Prathama Vibhakti, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Tritiya Vibhakti, all different Vibhaktis and many other beautiful compositions of Dikshita. Uthakadi Venkata Kavi. He is a Prasiddha Krishna Bhakta. But he sings Kalyayana Rama Raghurama Sita. Kabir. He sings on Rama. Anybody, name anybody. Ennaganu Rama Bhajana Kannami Kilunnara. Bhadrachala Ramadasa Garu. Alvar's beautiful pastorams on Rama. Karpari Rama Birani Allal Matrum Karparwa. So just look at how many, I'm just giving you a glimpse, a sample, how many composers right from the Alvars have been inspired by Rama. So Rama is the greatest inspiration behind every Kirtana. So what is it that is common amongst all these composers? They saw Rama everywhere, in every person, in every being, in every animal, in every plant, even in non-living things. Sakala bhuta mulayandu nivayundaga matileka poyina. Rama, I fail to see you in every sakala bhuta mula. I fail to see you in every bhuta, in every being. But Tyagaraja Swami did see Rama in every being. Mahans, great Avatara Purushas don't declare themselves as Avatara Purushas. They say, I have not done this, I have not done that, I have not done this. We will say, I have done this, I have done that, I have done this. It is the other way around for Mahapurushas. So, they saw Rama everywhere. Anta Rama Mayam. Bhadrachala Ramadasar. Everywhere I see only Rama. Dasar. Illi nodalu Rama. Alli nodalu Rama. Ellelli nodidaru. Allali Rama Rupa. Wherever I see, I can see only Rama. Inge paarthalum Rama, anga paarthalum. Whether I see here or there. Everywhere I see only Rama. Kabir Das also says, Jagata Rama, Swavata Rama, Swapna mein dekat Raja hi Ram, Swapna mein dekat Raja hi Ram, Raja hi Ram, Raja hi Ram. The three states, Jagata, Swapna, Sushupti, all the three states, whether I'm awake or asleep or I'm dreaming, I dream only of you, Rama, he says. I dream of you. I sleep, I see you. I'm awake, I see only you. So all these bhaktas saw Rama as as a living person, not as a Puranical or a mythological or an Itihasa Kathapatra, as the hero who lived 5,000 or 10,000 or millions of years back. So they lived with Rama and Rama lived with them, rather. And Tyagaraja Swami, he says, Rama, whose avatara are you? Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. I have come to a conclusion that you are the avatar of not Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, but you are the avatar of Nada. Nada Sudha Rasam Bilano. You are the avatar of music itself. If music can take an avatar, if it can be personified, if it can take a rupa and stand before you as Kodandapani. For me, Sangeeta Shastra taking the rupa of Kodandapani stands before my eyes as Rama. That is the topic that we have taken today, Rama and music. So he says, music is Rama for me. Nada Sudha Rasam Bilanu. But in music, you need ragas, right? Where is the raga? Tyagaraja Swami says, if you are Nada, the Kodanda that you are holding is raga. Because when you do a raga sanchara, the development of raga should be from lower octaves. It has to go to the middle octave. In the lower octave, then middle octave. It's like a kodanda. So it goes like this, it curves and then goes to the upper octave. That is the raga. Then where are the swaras? The balls that are hanging from your kodanda, the 7 balls are the 7 swaras. Sanidavamagare. They are the balls. What about the tala? The arrows that you have in the quiver, they never miss the target. Tala should never miss the beat, you should never miss. Nada Sudha Rasam Bella. No, it has to be on the beat. You can never afford to miss the beat. So that is the arrow. It has to be as sharp, as targeting, as focused as the arrow. So that is the arrow. Arrow signifies laya aspects. The tala. Okay, you have the raga as the kodanda, Rama as the nada swarupi, then the swaras as the balls, and then of course the arrows in the quiver as tala, and even Gananaya Desya is the string of the bow. Naan kairana solron illaya, the string of the bow. Because in some places it is thick, some places it is thin. The Gananaya Desya is represented by the kodanda's string, naan kaira. What about the sangadis? In Carnatic music as well as in the Hindustani system, there are sancharis and sangadis and aviprayas. What about those? We go on improvising. Where are those? And Tyagaraja Swami says, Rama, those sangadis are your mellifluous speech. When you speak, you talk to each person in one particular way and you captivate their heart. And that is all those different ways in which you speak to different people. Those are the sangadis. Adida sangadi. Enna sangadi? Abrin kepa illaya. So here, beautifully, Tyagaraja Swami represents Rama as the epitome of complete music. And he goes on to explain many incidents in the Ramayana through Rama's valor, shaurya, parakrama, guna. He gives a list of kritis where you cannot see all those incidents in Valmiki Ramayana. So where has it happened? In Tyagaraja Swami's Hridaya. All those incidents happened in Tyagaraja Swami's Hridaya. There is a list of kirtanas in Vachama Gocharame, in Kaikavasi, or in Adiki Sukamu, Madhimavati, or Manasa Manasamartyamemi. Philosophically, he puts forth how Rama could execute his plans. As a Sarvagya, as a Sarvashaktatva, all the supreme qualities are in him. At the same time, Rama is a Manushya Avatara, is a human being. So he goes on to conclude that అనుపమ గుణాంబుది అని నిన్ను నెరనమ్మి అనుసరించినవాడ నైతివి అనుపమ గుణాంబుది. You are a reservoir of unparalleled, unsurpassed virtues, my dear Rama. And for me, through the Nada, because you are music personified, you give me Paramananda. Nada loludai Brahmananda mandave manasaya. Through this Nada, you revel in Nada and you are actually worshipped by Nada, both. So we as Nadopasakas worship you and you are in that Nada itself. So when we call out your name, Nami Namno Rabedataha, in Smarane Sukamu, Janaranjani Kirtana, he says, as soon as we say Rama, 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 Rama. When we just sing Rama, you stand, you come out of that particular name itself. Nami Namno Rabedataha. You need not come from somewhere. You come out from that Nama. And thus, it is proved that Rama and music, the topic is Rama and music. Finally, Tyagaraja Swami ends it saying, Rama is music. Rama is music and music is Rama. And he is the greatest inspirer. He continues to inspire so many people. Even today, that they keep writing bhajans, geet, kirtanas, shlokas, verses on Rama. And let that Lord Rama bestow all of us with more and more peace and prosperity. Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya Deve Chatasya Janakatmajaye Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilebhyo Namostu Chandrarka Marudganebhyaha. Namaskar to one and all.
Thank you, Dr. Sridhar sir, for enlightening and inspiring us with beautiful description about Sri Rama as an embodiment of great character. Now let us move to the next speaker. Our next speaker is Dr. Ranganji. Dr. R. Ranganji is a unique man of wisdom and simplicity. He was awarded Yoga Vidya Varidhi, a doctoral degree in yoga from S. Vyasa Yoga University. His main inspiration is Sri Rama and he is the founder of Webolim. He also has a master's degree of management from SIMS, Pune. He is master of Vedas, Vedic Sanskrit, Upanishads and epics. His main inspiration being Sri Rama, whom he calls his friend, a philosopher and a guide. He teaches the essence of Dharma, the true vision of an dharmic life, in a wonderful and a very engaging way. He reawakens the soul of India in the modern age through his very enlightening and engaging lectures. Today, this evening, we have the presence of Sri Ranganji, who will be giving us more insights into the leadership qualities of Lord Sri Ramachandra and his importance that the younger generation has to learn through. Sir, welcoming you on this auspicious divine evening, we look forward to hear more about Sri Rama and his leadership qualities.
Srimad Ramayana can be perceived in different ways. One of the most important ways is that Ramayana can be seen also as a management text. It is an epic of heroes? No. It is an epic of leaders. And Sri Rama is leader of leaders. Any literary masterpiece in the very starting conveys its theme and also ends with its theme. Valmiki has that clarity. The very beginning of Ramayana starts with various leadership qualities of Rama and ends with the governance of Sri Rama, which we all call as Ramarajya. Let us see how the epic starts. Konvasmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmagyascha kritagyascha ge satyavakyo dridhavrataha charitrena cha ko yuktaha sarvabhuteshu ko hitaha vidwan kah samartascha कश्चैक प्रियदर्शनः आत्मवान् को जितक्रोधः द्युतिमान् को न सूयकः कस्य बिभ्यति देवाश्च जातरोषस्य संयुगे. Valmiki submits several questions to sage Narada. I want to know about a human being who is crowned with all tall virtues, Gunavan, who is valiant in the world, Kascha Viryavan, who is the knower of Dharma, Dharmagyascha, who is a man of gratitude, Kritagyascha, who is truthful, Satyavakyaha, who is highly principled, Dridhavrataha, who is a man of character, Charitrena cha ko yuktaha, who is a true well-wisher of all beings in the world, Sarvabhuteshu ko hitaha, who is wise, Vidwan kaha, who is capable of doing things, Kasamarthascha ge, Kascha eka priyadarsana, who is lovable to all, Atmavan kahaga, who knows the self as it is, Jitakrodaha, who has restrained his senses and rage, Dyutiman kaha, who is luminous, Anasuya kahaya, who is devoid of jealousy. These are all the questions which are posed by Maharshi Valmiki to sage Narada. Definitely these questions are general human values, but yet we can see these as the leader's qualities too. As we all know that an ideal leader should have a general human values, then only he can bestow welfare to all. One of the greatest leader's qualities is to bestow welfare to all, selflessness, dedication, sacrifice. And that's found here in the questions of Maharshi Valmiki, for which the sage Narada answers, such a kind of man is there in the world, and that is Rama. And Narada also goes on talking about various virtues of Ramachandra in a very elaborated way. And all these things get comprised in the very first chapter of Ramayana. They all are leadership qualities in general. Now let us come to the end of Ramayana. It talks on Ramarajya. Several shlokas are there. In the very beginning of the end of Ramayana, in the very beginning of Ramarajya shlokas, Valmiki gives a sutra, Ramaha Rajyam Akarayat. What's the meaning of Ramaha Rajyam Akarayat? At a peripheral look, anybody will tell you that Rama ruled the kingdom. But if you closely observe this passage, you can understand that this is not the meaning. If the passage runs like Ramaha Rajyam Akarot, then you can translate it as Rama ruled the kingdom. But here is an expression, Ramaha Rajyam Akarayat. It's not Akarot, it's Akarayat. Akarayat in Sanskrit grammar is called as Nich Prayoga. Rama ran the kingdom, Rama ruled the kingdom. No. Rama made the kingdom to run. Rama made the kingdom to get governed. Rama made the state to get ruled. And that is the meaning of this verse, I see. Ramaha Rajyam Akaryat. So, the rule of Rama, which we call as Rama Rajya, has a very important democratic element. In democracy, society is considered to be organic. It is not jada. It is not just a matter. It's organic. It has to run by itself, to which government has to serve. A statesman of USA named Thoreau says that government is the best government which governs the least. So government in democracy is there only to make the society to run, make the society to get governed. It is not directly ruling just as a dictator. That's a beautiful aspect brought by Maharshi Valmiki in Ramarajya. That too in a very single word, Akarayat. Then how Ramarajya looks? Valmiki further says, Nitya Pushpaha Nitya Phalaha Taravaskanda Vistritaha Kale Varshi Chaparjanyaha Sukasparsasche Marutaha. The trees grow with huge branches, with lot of blossoms. As they all are grown, as a result of their growth, the people had wonderful seasonal raining. Kale Varshi Chaparjanya. Wind blew in a healthy way, in a soft, gentle, nice way. Sukasparsascha Maruta. Sarvam Uditamevasite Sarvo Dharmaparo Bhavat Ramameva Nupashyantaha Nabhyahimsan Parasparam. All are happy in Ramarajya. Sarvam Uditamevasite. Sarvaha Dharmaparo Bhavat. All are happy in Ramarajya because all are dharmic. How all can be dharmic? Ramameva Anupashyantaha. All are reflecting Sri Rama. Therefore, as a result, they are not harming each other. They are not hurting each other. Na abhyahimsanna parasparam. This is how people were in Ramarajya. Nirdasyuhu abhavat lokaha na anarthaha kanchidasprisat nachasme vruddhaha balanam pretakaryani kurvate. No robbery, no theft was found in Ramarajya. Nirdasyigo abhavatu lokaha. Theft was not found because poverty was not found. Na anarthaha kanchidas kurisatu. Poverty never touched anybody in Ramarajya. Nobody was starving in Ramarajya. Death was sequential. Nachasma vruddhaha. Nowhere the elders happened to cremate the youngsters. Nowhere elders performed funeral rites to the youngsters. That's how Ramarajya ran. Asan varsha sahasrani tatha putra sahasrinaha Niramayaha virodhaschege Rame Rajyam Prasasati. Families were very big in Ramarajya. People of families give birth to lot of children. Families are abundant with children. And they were not jealous of each other. They did not develop a complex each other. No complex, no block, no knot. They were all free with deep affection to each other. Therefore, no misery touched them, Niramayaha, and no Adi or Vyadhi touched them, no disease, no malady touched them while Rama was ruling. While I am telling that families are big, only due to big families, only due to joint families, quarrels happened, therefore nuclear families came. This is what we think in general. But Maharshi Valmiki talks about a joint family without quarrel. In every family, Rama like, Bharata like, Lakshmana like and Shatrugna like children are born. Raghavena yatha mata Sumitra Lakshmanena che Bharatena cha Kaikeyi Jiva putraha tatha striyaha. This is how Ramarajya was. Na paryadevan vitavaha na cha vyalakritam bhayam na vyadhijam bhayam vapi rame rajyam prasasati. Widows were not suffering. Na paryadevan vitavaha. The people were not afraid of the beasts which unexpectedly enter into the city. Nacha vyalakritam bhayam. All people were happy reflecting Rama, talking about Rama, thinking on Rama, contemplating on Rama. Ramo Ramo Ramayiti Prajanam Bhavan Kataha Rama Bhutam Jagadabhute Rame Rajyam Prasasati. So Rama represents the universal welfare. Rama represents the united family. Rama represents the united society. Rama represents the destruction of evil. Rama represents the universal love and the harmony. And this is Ramarajya. Let us all pray for imbibing these great virtues of Sri Ramachandra. Let us reflect on these virtues and continue our life with these ideal virtues of Sri Rama.
Thank you, Ranganji, for such an inspirational and motivational talk of Sri Ramachandra, which is really needed for the upcoming generation.